everybody, and welcome to Northernlion Tries Selfless Heroes. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is one of those very rare Northernlion Tries. PC egg. Nintendo Switch PS4 egg. I don't know what game engine the game was made in, so it doesn't capture with window capture or game capture in OBS. So I gotta use display capture to look at my other monitor egg. It's gonna be one of those. Selfless Heroes is a game that was recommended to me by the Steam Labs recommender. I just bought it for myself for $6.70 Canadian because it seems like a game that is very much up my alley. It is a puzzle game in the algorithmic programming subgenre, if that makes sense. So very much, all of the Steam reviews were like, this is a lot like 7 Billion Humans. And I'm like, 7 Billion Humans? Great game. I like Zachtronics games. I like all the programming puzzle games, even the ones that ended up not being particularly, interesting for more than a couple of hours or something like that. I have taken some programming computer science classes. I'm a little bit out of the game. Let's see how we fared, having not programmed in probably like 16 months. First steps, solution 1. Help the heroes walk on the switches. Secondary objectives, you gotta do it in 3 steps with 3 lines. Okay. Well, if you'll excuse me, I've evolved, so I'm gonna put my camera down here. Secondary objectives can be very difficult, and it's often impossible to achieve both with the same solution. It is advisable to follow this tutorial carefully. Click on the arrow to launch the tutorial. The heroes follow these instructions step by step. Drag new instructions from here to change heroes' behavior. To see the level objective, click here. When your program is ready, click here to run it. If you need more help or want to see this tutorial again, click here. Okay. So we got 2 downward steps. They don't quite make it. They fell asleep before completing the objective. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Sorry, it's still a little early here. Here's what I'm thinking. How about 3 downward steps? Would you look at that? Your solution is tested to make sure it works every time. We did it in 3 of 3 steps with 3 of 3 lines. All right. I mean, I'm not saying you can't improve that, but I don't think we can improve that until we get, loops or something like that. So we'll just keep going here. Step aside. Let's do it. Trigger all the switches with 2 steps in 2 lines. I mean, if we can only have steps, I don't see it. Oh, you know what? We can obviously do it in 2 steps. If you'll excuse me, I'm very dumb. You take a diagonal step, you take a downward step. I forgot that there were diagonals available here. That's a very advanced programmatic concept. Look, we already know we got 3 stars on that one. It's one of the very few times, and this is why you'll always see me gravitate towards these, like, programming puzzle games, is like, at least on the first 10 levels, I'm not going to get bodied, which is very rare for me in a puzzle game on this series. Trigger all the switches. Check the help about if to understand how it works. 2 steps, 3 lines. Okay. So if stepping right equals a switch, then step right. Okay. Otherwise, step left. I mean, I think you pretty much got it right. If stepping right would hit a switch, step right. Otherwise, step to the left. We can use a little hack here. And would you look at that? My man is a genius. I told you. You don't mess with me in a programming game like this. I'll have you know I've made a JDBC, JSON compliant. What am I trying to... What's the... When you build the API and it's got the put and the pull and the pop and the... I forgot what it's called. You know what I'm saying. Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying clearly. You know, where you do all the APIs with the gets and the node.js's and the full stack and the MongoDB. That's probably a little bit out of date, but... Okay, trigger all the switches. 4 steps, 6 lines. If... to your right is a hero, step left. Forever. Can you wait, and okay, or I see. Well, okay, if to your right is a hero, step left. That will only move this left one space and then it will stop. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I think that is stupid. I don't respect it. So if you'll do me a favor, please delete this. Is there a delete button? Can I drag this to the ether? Okay. So we have to figure out how we're gonna do. You take a sip of water first. All good design starts with mapping where you want to go. It doesn't necessarily start with just hacking it out unless you're in a game jam or something like that. So here's what I'm thinking. Obviously, we need one to move to the right, one to move to the left. Let's explore the parameters we have available here. If to your left, you know what? I think we should actually do it the way that they were intending. If your right is a hero, then step, well, left. So that we've reconstructed it. Your heroes fell asleep before completing the objective. I'm just trying to think of it has gotten slightly more devilish as time goes on. I wish, because all I want to do is create. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Step left. Can we just hard code it? Step left. Step left. I mean, this is a very hacky way to do it. There's an implied else. Otherwise, step right. Step right. I mean, that's one way to do it. It doesn't feel nice. It feels like there's some kind of like John Carmack way that I could maybe do that way better. We did use too many lines. And we only got a 2-star performance there, which is a little embarrassing. But you know what? For the sake of agility, we'll move on. Trigger all the switches and don't let your dudes fall in the hole. Okay. If to your left is a switch, then what you're going to do is very simple. Step left. Otherwise, can I have an else if, please? If, wait, no, this is, I've done it backwards. Sorry, it's been a while. While I recognize that some of you are watching this while doing some software development or tech support from home, I hope you're enjoying the schadenfreude here. Okay, otherwise, if to your up is a switch, then you're just going to step up to the streets. Otherwise, if to your right is a switch, you're going to step to the right. Uh-oh, we've nested this. Yeah, if to your right is a switch, you're going to step to the right. Else, and we can save one line here, we're going to have you step in. Excuse me, please delete this else. It's trash. Toss it, toss it. Step to the left. Now, this should work. When I said step to the left, what I meant to say is step down. That's why you debug. Okay, your solution is tested to make sure it works every time. Look at that, and we even got a 3-star performance. Okay, I'm ready for some real stuff now. I think this whole world is the tutorial, but still. Use the fireball to light the bonfires. Okay, how about this? Fireball up. You need to move first. Okay, I thought it was a double objective. Or I thought I could go at range, I should say. So we already know this one's gonna work. That one is just, I get it, it's a tutorialization. Give me a sharp turn here. Let's start programming some Lego robots. Light all bonfires. Warning, all heroes must survive. Okay, so you don't want to shoot your own heroes with fireballs. So 2 of them are they have the same behavior. Here's how I would look at this if we're going to do this in the most hacky way possible, alright? So if there is a wall on your right, then what you're going to do is step left, step down. There you go. And then we're going to include another if statement after that. That is, if there is... Well, no, it shouldn't matter. We could just do a fireball down, I think. I don't think we need to check if there's a hero beside us. I could be wrong. Fireball down. But just make sure... I'm having a little trouble getting it into the nest there, but that might be my own personal problem. These guys must use spaces instead of tabs. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I mean, this seems right. And then the other guy here. Else... we could do a check. Well, we don't even need to do it. Hold on, here's what you do. If you're not in the group that has walls on your right, clowns to the left of you and jokers to the right, what you're going to do then is you're going to step to the right, and then you're going to step up to the streets. And then you're going to test and see if there is... These are not in and outs. Well, no, I don't think it matters. Maybe it does. I don't know. If above you is not a hero, fireball above you. Okay, let's try this. One of your heroes is dead. That's correct. It's the guy on the right. He's blasting, right? Yeah, okay. So we do have to perform a check, and I am a fool. Stop me on this one. Hit me with an if below does not equal hero. Okay. So this is way too verbose. And if you'll excuse me, I think I've made another mistake. This needs to be inside of that block. There we go. My God. They've done it. Now it's slower than it has to be. We got 1 star and used double the lines. But hey, that's called defensive coding. Even if it's verbose, as long as it's readable, that might be more important for maintenance in the future. Light all bonfires, use a jump to repeat actions. Okay. I understand. So we have a loop, essentially. So what do you want to do inside of your loop? You want to... I'm trying to see if there's a better way to do it. You definitely want to test, like, if below you is a bonfire, fireball below you, else fireball above. And then this should just work. Look at that. We have just made a while loop. Now it took so much longer. 6 of 4 lines. I think we could definitely get rid of that else. But for now, I'm like, get me to the real puzzles that are not as tutorialized, and we'll have a fun time together. Light all bonfires. I'd like to use my creative thinking once we get out of this tutorial, is what I'm trying to say, so you can see how stupid I truly am. Okay. Let's start and just hack this out. If to the right is a floor, then you're going to step to the right under all circumstances. That's just step nowhere. Step to the right. There you go. Otherwise, so we'll nest this in an else. If below you is a floor, then walk below or walk down. Otherwise, and we could dump these else's probably. If above you is a floor, step up. Otherwise, if to the left, we don't need to move to the left, so this should be fine. So if, hold on, step down, step up, step right. We got all those conditions. All right, get that trash out of here. So now they should at least move through the maze, and it's all. Sorry, we needed a loop in there. So the loop should happen at the end and cause you to jump to the start. So this is a very simple, like, forgive my hoity-toity term for this. This is our very simple pathfinding algorithm here that should allow everybody to make it through the maze pretty easily in a readable and, you know, understandable series of instructions. So I think the only other thing we would look for, honestly, is right at the top. We could write this better. But right at the top is if to our right is a bonfire, fireball right. And then this would be in an else. And then this should work. It's a little bit more verbose than it needs to be, but I think it's pretty much locked in. As long as they use the fireball there at the start, we got nothing to worry about. Or at the end, I should say. Look at that. Now, it's very slow, don't get me right. As you can see, we're not doing great on the distribution on the graph. But all these computer algorithmic games, they're all about, can you design the most elegant algorithm ever? I got a computer is 4,000 times more powerful than NASA used to land 3 men on the moon in 1969. You think I'm worried about the efficiency of my pathfinding algorithm? This thing can run Crisis. I'm not worried about, oh, it's using too many clock cycles. I understand that's, I mean, I'm mostly just cracking a joke. Please don't give me the real reason for why that's important. I understand. You got to inline all of your functions so that as blah, blah, my professor, blah, blah. I understand, okay? Warning, all the heroes must survive. Copy, paste the code from the previous level to go faster. Switch to code editor. What? If... I have no idea. If space to the... I mean, what is this written in? Is this like a saved action? Oh, your code is ready to be run. Move. Walk. Step. Right. Does this work? Your code will not compile. Use one of the following instead. Step, fireball. Step. Right? Look, we gotta read the documentation to try to make this work. Anyway. I guess that's not an enum. Well, I don't know how to copy paste our code from a previous level. Maybe they're asking me to actually go back in the level editor and go, hey, this one, play it, and then use the code editor. Ah, there you go. If E equals bonfire, step E. Oh, east. Okay, I see. And then take me back out, please. By the way, if you ever take a programming class, this is probably the most important skill you will ever learn, which is going and looking at other people's code that had the same issue you did, and then fitting it into your own project. So there's your code from the previous one. And dude, the fact that it automatically maps to the visual is hilarious. So what's our problem here? Well, really, the only thing we have to change is if N equals bonfire, fireball N, and then in theory this should just work because all we're changing is the direction that we want to shoot the fireball. We know the pathfinding is going to work because we already, you know, grokked that out. Look at that. I mean, that's not that impressive, but the fact that we're doing it in the code window is funny. Feels good. Feels good to be back. And again, it's so slow I'm embarrassed. But let's see. Be brave, run away. Run, 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 little thing. Let's see who's the fastest. These two ogres are after you. Get rid of them before they catch up to you. Okay, I understand what you're doing here. So you are... You gotta hit the switch so this guy gets through. So here's the easy step. We want to put the... We only want them to move right if it's safe. Is the best way to describe this, I think. So I think it's like, if there is a spike... Hold on. If there is not a spike on your right, then... I mean, for now, we'll just say step to the right. And then this should allow us to run. Sorry, I didn't put a loop in here. Alright, now this should allow us to run. Okay. Ah, I have to be standing on the switch. Okay, I understand. It's a little bit more complicated. Okay. If to your right is not spikes, then you're going to step. However, if your right is a switch... I don't know, there's like no weight. At least for now. We might have to be a little bit more creative. So if to your right is not a spike, you're going to move to the right. Unless... If on your right... Okay, no, hold on. If you are on a switch... I'm just gonna put step in the same... Oh, we can't. What if we just put a step nothing? Oh, it won't compile. Okay. For lack of a better word. If you're standing on a switch, stay there forever. This is definitely not gonna work. Yeah. However, okay, this is a little bit more interesting. For sure. So please dump this garbage. So the problem is this guy gets killed by the frickin' spikes, dude. I wish there was like wait 1 second. I wonder if we had if we did this, if we just programmed it like in the most hacky way possible. So if to the right is not spikes, you're gonna step. What about if to your right is a switch? Then what you're gonna do is step right, step left, and then step right again. Let's see how this works. It's a little spice, don't get me wrong. I did get caught because I think our program is too slow. You know what? Scrap this whole thing. Get it out. Get it out of here. There's a puzzle solving component to this, you know? There's no way for us, at least as of right now, to pass information back and forth. So we have to kind of use a hacky solution. You know what? Here's a hacky solution for you. If to your left is... oh, I was going to say, if to your left is an ogre, always go right. We don't want you to get killed by an ogre, so unfortunately we can't do that. We really just need you to slow down slightly. Well, I really think maybe the best way to do this is if to your right is is spikes, then you're just gonna wait a turn. So you're just gonna do that. Otherwise, and we'll put that in the else block here, if to your right is a floor, then you're just gonna step to the right. Maybe we were putting that behavior on the switch when we should be putting it on the spikes instead. Hold on, I didn't put another loop in here. Now this is pretty slow code, so I worry we will get caught. We are getting caught. I gotta be honest, this boss battle, I think we're better off going down here and maybe trying to take on some of the slightly more straightforward levels. Put all the eggs into the cauldrons. But you got me thinking. Obviously, my sore spot right now is writing an efficient algorithm. We're not doing a very good job of that, but I think we had the principle of it if we were not getting chased at least. Put the eggs into the cauldron. Take and drop. Okay. Well, everybody is going to take from the right. Step down to. And then drop to the right. This should work. Yep. Okay. I mean, that's like, after what we just tried to accomplish, that's, oh, you know what? We're dumb. Why don't you take from the right, step down this way, delete this, and then drop downwards? Now we're talking. Look at that. We came in right at the industry average. I can live with that. Dinner's ready. Dinner for Sean. These eggs were randomly scattered throughout the room. Put one egg in each cauldron to prepare the dinner. Okay. Can we drop one? One egg in each cauldron. I think it's okay. So it's very simple. If there's an egg below you, you're going to pick it up. If there is an egg... If there is an egg below you, then you are going to take down. Otherwise, you are going to step. Otherwise, work with me on this one. Oh no, he's having a real big brain hour. Otherwise, I wonder if we could dump this. Get this else out of here, dude. I want an implied else so our code is faster. That's not how that works. You're a fool. If there is a cauldron below you, then you're gonna drop below. Otherwise, you're just gonna step down, dude. And then at the very end of this, we're gonna put a sweet little jump there. But this, I think when you pick up an egg, you're no longer going to move, which means we need to put the loop in a different spot. Yes, okay. So instead of putting it within the block, we put it outside of the block, and everything should function according to the way we have designed it here. Oh, they're all in sync too. That's nice. It took so long. Twice as many lines too? Well, efficiency is not my strong suit apparently, but I can fizz buzz with the best of them. Put the egg into the cauldron. Okay. If there is an egg on your left, take left, drop right. Nope. No, no, no. If there is an egg on your left and there is a wall below you, take left, drop right. Otherwise, like this is the tricky one. Otherwise, take left, drop down. Yo, this, I'm coming for you, Zachtronics. I didn't put a freaking loop in it. Okay. Wrap the whole thing in a try catch block. Excuse me. Ah, yes, hold on. These guys are not taken up. There's a wall below. This guy needs to take left and drop down. That's the problem. I mean, we could build that in pretty easily. You know, I kind of hate my code here. Just work with me. Take left, drop right is totally fine. Otherwise, you're not going to take left and drop down. You know what? I think it's if right doesn't equal wall. But you're not... No, these guys aren't going to take left. They're going to take up, fool. Can you do an L? You can do an else if. Else if up equals wall. Then you want this in there. And then the final else is just take up, drop down, I think. However, I think that doing that take up, drop down when there's nothing around you is going to be tedious. Excuse me, sir. Why are you not dropping to the right? Let's step through it. Left is egg, right does not equal wall. How did I do that? He's picking up. He's throwing it. He's picking up. He's throwing it. He's picking up. He's picking up. He's throwing it. The moment of truth. Okay, we should be good then. I don't even want to see this graph anymore. Please remove this graph from the game. I'm embarrassed. Huh? Put one egg which is less than 4 into each cauldron. If you want to test the value of an egg, you can have them play a puzzle game on Northernlion tries. Your heroes are smart enough to understand that you're talking about the egg. Okay. My only question is, like, how do I get them all to the cauldron when this thing is full of eggs? Can you walk over an egg? So, I mean, if... down. Well, what about this? If... Can't you do, like, if I have no egg? If my item is nothing. Then, if below... is anything. Well, if below is an egg, pick it up. Well, no. If... Well, okay, hold on. Get rid of this. If below is an egg and... below... because they said this would work. Is less than the number 4, take below. Otherwise, so now if you're standing at an egg and it's not... Hold on. I know I've said hold on 1,000 times. If below you is an egg Well, the other solution here is if below you is not an egg, we're just going to have you step down one. And then in theory, I think this should lead... Get this out of here. To... I mean, the very basic behavior here is that if there's nothing... If you've got nothing and an egg less than 4 is below you, take that egg. That's yours now. Otherwise, step down one and then check the next egg. And then just continue it. So here we go. We're going to step. There's nothing below you, so you're going to step down. All right, here we go. This is the real test. If your item's nothing, yes. If below you is an egg, oh heck yeah. If the value is less than 4, take. Otherwise, step. Now, they're not going to drop it off. I just wanted to see if this would work. What I'm concerned about really is the idea that maybe in some situations, they may never encounter an egg less than 4 if the values are randomly changing, in which case they'd have to go search for one maybe, if that's the way you wanted this program to work anyway. Okay, so this is like, if you've got nothing, do this. So really, I think it should be like this. Yeah. If you've got nothing, constantly do this. Yeah. Otherwise, you've got something. What do you do then? If below you is a cauldron, drop down. Otherwise, step down. I'm not saying this is a guaranteed fit. Why are you not dropping down? Hold on. Take it down to speed 4 here. I want to see why you're all picking up eggs. I'm very happy to see it. Step forward 1. You're jumping back up here. If below you is an egg, it's not, so get out of that. Else step down. There's your problem, and then you're done. All right, okay. I see your concern here. So you got to jump here, dude. You got to jump there. Will that work right off the bat? We might need one more tweak, but for now, that's such an easy solution. I thought it's worth it to try. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, only twice as many cycles as we're supposed to use and more than 2 times as many lines. Anyway, this is good. Selfless Knights. But oh, those... Wait, Selfless Heroes is what it's called. It's available on Steam. If you like these programmatic games and you can't get enough of this type of puzzle solving, give it a try. I recommend it, even though it made me feel like a fool. I think it's got a good vibe. It's a cheap puzzle game. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had fun watching it. Number one thing, if you enjoyed the episode, go check out the game on Steam. It's cheap. Even if you don't pick it up, you can wishlist it and be notified of when it goes on sale in the future. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. If you watched up to this point, I'm assuming you did, or you're tearing your hair out with frustration that one of Canada's top polytechnic institutes would dare give me an associate's degree in software development. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button and sends a message to YouTube. Hey, I like this video. Other people should see it. That helps me out a great deal. If you only do one thing to support the video, that's the number one thing. Apart from that, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll be in the comments getting your debugging advice from Stack Overflow. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!